Okay, let's go for a 10-minute session. Let's just have a look at trying to keep any advantages if we get advantages in the game, and try and come back if we're disadvantaged in the games. But we're going to try and not be disadvantaged and see if we can gain some advantages in the game. I'm going to push through the center. I'm going to hit the knight. That's pretty straightforward. And we'll take here and we will grab with the knight. And there's two pieces attacking, so bring the bishop here, defending the pawn. The opponent's used to that type of continuation, and there's nothing else that can actually protect the pawn. Can it save itself in any way? If we hit, then he just takes. So we're going to be down a pawn. So this immediately is the process we're talking about here of, let's see if we can try and improve the position. We are now going to lose the pawn, but does it improve their position on the board? That's the key thing. We'll bring the bishop out. Develop the knight, attacking the knight. Obviously they're going to take the pawn. There's no other piece that can defend that. Can the pawn defend itself? No, but it can double the pawns, and that's a kind of weakness. But then the bishop has got the attack here, although the knight does have protection here for a moment. So let's double the pawns in front of the king. So yeah, nice double pawns here. So now we can take this pawn. Okay, so feeling happy. So they've castled dead quick, looking to do something here. We could attack their knight with our knight. Could get the bishop out if we're looking to castle kingside. Maybe we're not castling kingside. Is there anything else that we can attack? This pawn doesn't have any protection, but we can't get to it apart from going here. So let's attack this one, and it does have an X-ray through. This knight's probably moving, because then it's going to be protecting with the bishop here. So we can slide it back because we've still got the X-ray through to the king. So that's how we kind of dealt with potentially being disadvantaged. Yeah, it's moved because it wants the protection here, but it's moved, giving its king some company, which is good. And our knight can come here to attack their knight. Or we could just go and castle. Going to attack their knight. And then take. It's going to move dead quick, obviously, because it's going to be hitting this, well, whichever way he's moving. But I thought it was going to come here to put a 2-on-1 here. So we're going to take, because we're actually going to be on a higher piece, which is the rook. And then we can take the knight, but bringing the pawns back in line. So maybe we'd hang fire on that. And just castle. Yep. Let's keep that bit of advantage of having the double pawns there. Yep. So I'm going to attack the knight and then open up the rooks if he does take. But he'll be chomping at the bit to just get this pawn in line. We've got two pieces attacking. Ah, very good. So they take. So we're looking for the trade of the rooks if we can. No, he's still wanting to get this pawn back in line. So the next thing we can do is try and push onto the rook. But I think the pawn's just going to push down. Let's see if we can push onto the rook. Like we say, he's just going to block. Just open up his white square bishop. Okay, so we'll attack the higher piece, but do we lose out? We're going to have to take with the bishop. He's still wanting to get this, but he's on a white square. He's attacking our pawn, so does he win out? Oh, he does win out, doesn't he? He does win out. Looks like we're going to have to take the rook after all. Okay, let's take the rook because it's getting a bit messy. Okay, right, and bring the bishop. Do like this diagonal still, but he's just going to keep pushing the pawns down onto it. Could attack the rook just to give them something to think about. And see if we can get our rook into the game. Are we supporting the pawn or going... If we go here, he's going to X-ray through to our rook, and then we have to defend. Maybe going behind the pawn. But then his rook's going to come down here, isn't it? So if we go there and his rook comes, then we can bring the bishop back and then defend the rook. Okay, let's do that. So expecting this, thinking they're being clever. Oh, they're not doing that. They've gone for this pawn instead. So if we go here, he's maybe looking to challenge, but we can push the pawn up. He does have a white square bishop, so it's same colour bishops. Maybe he's going for an exchange. No, he's attacking, but I did expect them to go like this. But maybe they were thinking the pawn was going to push, but then they would have got our rook. Okay, never mind. That never happened. What do we want to do from this situation? Oh, time's running out. 5 minutes. Anything that we can do? Maybe just bring the bishop here. Open space for the rook. Oh no, but he's got the pawn. Got the pawn. Ooh, tricky times. If we push this, then push here. If he challenges, we take, then yeah, but he's not going to do that. What is the better movement? Ooh, could push up. His bishop takes. No, there's no real support anywhere, is there? So I'm going to push this pawn to see if we're going to get away with this sort of thing. Well, didn't really kind of see that, did we? Now we're losing the pawn. Ah, Shah. Ah, God, I didn't see that. That's so simple, isn't it? Push onto it. He could have taken this pawn, actually, with his rook. Yeah, we've lost the thread in the end game. Damn it. Maybe they didn't see it, so maybe they might not see this. Maybe they might not see it, seeing as they didn't see it before. Oh, they've seen it. They've seen it. Okay, he's going to come down for this pawn as well. Let's go here. So we're down a pawn. Doesn't look too shaky a position though. I mean, the extra pawn they've got is this one here. So they could start pushing them down with the support of the bishop. It's going to want the bishop to get into the game. So he's eventually attacking the pawn, going to attack the bishop. Put a check on the king. King hides away safely in this little bit of the world. We could get the bishop off the board because the bishop's coming here. We get a check on the king. Oh, come on. So if we come across, attacking the pawn twice, comes down, puts a check on the king. Maybe the king just comes across. Yeah, the king's just going to come across, isn't it? Then we have to dance across here. No other magic. Attacking this pawn. No, his bishop's protecting both of them. Let's attack this pawn. King's coming across. We come across, attacking this pawn. Gives them time to... Okay, thought they might have moved the bishop or something. Attack the pawn. Didn't know realise that... Oh, okay, they've not... But the rook's coming back defending. We do have 2 pieces attacking. They have 2 pieces defending. And they have an extra pawn and we've got them thinking. So everything's jammed off and blocked in. Do we start pushing pawns towards the king? Even though we're yes, yeah, okay. So if we push that one, it's just going to come down here. We move the king to the side. put a check on the king, but then if we do that, he comes here, not really attacking anything, then we're trapped in there. Would have to keep coming across. Oh, looks like the rook's getting a little bit trapped. Do we come here to come back out again? Go there, goes here. We come across. He goes across. We come across. Let's put the check on. Oh, we're on 1 minute, dude. Oh, right, there's no thinking now. Then we're just going to have to see if they're going to take advantage of the pawn somehow. Because they're defending at the minute. I don't think they need to defend. I think they potentially they've got some weight with these pawns and stuff and getting the bishop in the game eventually. Let's move across like we said. Move across here. They'll realise that they've got something, but we'll keep moving side to side if they want to do that, because they are +1. Yeah, they're thinking, we start pushing these or something, make something out of it. They're +1 for crying out loud, must be able to do something. Maybe the king moves closer towards the bishop so the bishop can start moving. Yeah, exactly. Let's put the check on. Put the check on. Move the king. Rook, sorry. Freefold. I will take that. Thank you very much.